Hello everybody, Gamer Penny here, bringing you another episode of our Lord of the Rings online Let's Play, and we are back with Baradbeam. Today we're going to continue on the story quest by talking to Éomer here, so let's go ahead and talk to him. That Dunlending chief thought to sneak into these caves with murder in his heart, but he has been repaid in kind. I'm glad he is dead, but I fear other dangers may seek to ensnare the folk who shelter here. Where are we going?
The folk sheltering in the caves will be defenseless if the battle goes against us. Protect them, my friend.
I spit on the memory of this Dunlending chief, Baradbeam. He sought to surprise my people from the rear, breaking into their haven of safety and putting them to the sword under the cover of darkness. He deserves a coward's death, and I am pleased he received it. I've sent some scouts to the furthest reaches of the caves in order to find the place where this craven Dunlending entered, that they may collapse it and any others they find. We cannot allow any more enemies to get behind the folk who shelter here. While my scouts undertake that mission, I ask you to reassure those who hide here that Theoden's warriors will keep them safe. Will you do that for me, my friend? Yes. Get out, Megley. Reassuring this child. Do the men still fight? Can they hope to win? Of course. Filtering mother. There's been little word from outside since the fighting started. There's this great booming sound and the earth shook. Do you know what it was? Why must you lie to us, Baradbeam? I'm not lying. I thank you for the kindness of your words, even if they are lies. Yes, I know of the Dunlendings that attempted to sneak into the caves. This is my daughter, Leofa. It was she who stood with you and that dwarf against the Dunlending chief, and she has told me all. Do not think to hide such dangers from women of Rohan. We will fight and die for this land if we must, no less eagerly than any of our men. If you think otherwise, you shame yourself. If the enemy finds us here, we will fight to protect the honor of Theoden King and of Rohan. So it has always been, and so it will be. Leofa. Hello again, Baradbeam. It is nice to meet in less dangerous circumstances, even if the reprieve won't last for long. I will fight 100 Dunlending chiefs and as many orcs, if that is what it takes to protect my mother, or my father. You came to the caves only recently. Did you hear any news of my father while you were fighting outside? His name is Senric, and he has a distinctive wooden shield, given to him by a great hero before I was born. Its excuse me. Its edges are trimmed with gold. It bears an embossed horse's head on the center. He's very brave. Tell Leofa that you fought alongside Senric at Helm's Dyke earlier in the evening, but have not seen him since then. Ah, well, I'm sure he's still fighting. He's very brave, you know. Gimli calls for your attention. Sorry about my throat. In fact, let me take a little sip here. Alright. I hope you're ready for some more fighting, Baradbeam. One of Éomer's scouting parties did not come back when he expected, and he went in search of it. It seems to me they may have found the foes for which they searched, and now those enemies might think to ensnare Éomer. Let us go after him. Follow me and keep your weapon ready. Gimli. Look at the shadows up there. Alright, we found orcs. At least we're kind of taking care of them. I'm lagging. And I'm lagging hard. I've come to assist you, Horse Lord. I've located my missing scouts, Baradbeam, but I was not the first to find them. The spiders found them first. Free my men and let these creatures know that the caves here belong to Rohanda and its people. Eat spiders? There you go, buddy. Didn't miss one back there, did I? No, they're pretty unsubtle. Megley! Now this reminds me of the very first part of Lord of the Rings online. Defeating spiders. Good old cave spiders. And comb. No, an arcket. Here's 10. And then there's our last one. Can't click it. Already in use. There we go. I will collapse this tunnel and prevent the arrival of more beasts. Tell Aomer, I have this well in hand. I wouldn't trust leaving someone behind in this. The folks sheltering in the caves should now be safe from attackers thinking to surprise them from tunnels in the mountains, but there are still foes in the deep. We're needed outside, my friends. Alright. Did it. Talk to Gimli.
Well done! Well done! We have pushed them back for now.
Return to Aragorn before we get hard-pressed again and tell him that you found me in fine spirits, flushed with the thrill of battle. I trust you will find him the same, and keep an eye on Legolas if you see him. I have not forgotten our little contest, and with the fighting in the caves, I feel certain I must pass his tally. Back to Aragorn. Helm's Deep this way? Outside the Hornburg. I feel like it's this way. This one? Gotta follow. I'm surprised it didn't just port you there on this quest. Okay. An invisible wall. Maybe they did port us there? Oh, well. Scary. I don't know where to go. Not up there. Be up here? Maybe, because maybe that looks like it comes to an end. Invisible wall too. In the hours were on, the forces of Saruman pressed their advantage. Aragorn is on the second level outside the Hornburg, and Gimli wants you to report to him your success. I would love to. I would love to go out there. Am I having a problem? Can I not figure this out? Go back to the group, maybe? Maybe there's a way for us to port out? Now, where was the group? Here? Hey, Gimli? Can you, like, port me out there?
Return to Aragorn and report that I am in high spirits and that I hope he is the same.
Is it, like, out this way? Or out this way, maybe? Try this way. This looks like the right way. I mean, they're following the banners, basically. Okay. Well. It's not that way. Not this way. Invisible wall. Hey, you know what would be great? Is if you could port us out there. Or let me run somewhere. Try this way. Going back the way I came. All right. I'm going to get out of here the old-fashioned way. I don't want to do that because how do I get back to Helm's Deep then? Whoa, Megley. I mean, this really sucks. This is kind of... I'm sorry, but this is kind of bad design. Not telling the player how to get back out of here. I mean, granted, it's been like 3 weeks since I've played. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna figure this out, and I will be right back with you guys. Alright, I think we're back. That was a quest and a half, trying to figure out how to get back here. Excuse me. So I had gone to Gilfig, and then just followed paths around to Helm's Deep. Got to Helm's Deep and was in the wrong version of Helm's Deep. Had to Google how to get to the other versions of Helm's Deep. That was not fun. I did not like that. I won't hold back in saying that was a pretty stupid quest. Now I gotta find Aragorn. And I still hope that I'm in the right area. I think I am. I think he's right over here. Yeah, they should change that. I don't know what was wrong with me getting out of the glittering caves. Maybe I was just dumb about it, but they should have like a way to get out of there that's more easily accessible. Because thank God I had this as my... I could not imagine if I had to go back to Bree or Rivendell. Alright, Aragorn. So Gimli lives and is in high spirits. That is good, but I fear that I do not share in his confidence. The fortress cannot stand much longer. We are nearly overrun. Ooh, level up, 96.
Our options are exhausted, as are the defenders.
I do not know how much longer we can hold the fortress, Baradbeam. We must fall back into the Hornburg and defend it for as long as we can. We must fall back to the keep. You can speak to Senric for the story-focused experience. Senric, I met your daughter. My friend, you still live. I've sustained a number of injuries and my shield was cloven in two, but still I stand strong for Rohan. What is that? You encountered my dear wife Ardrith and our daughter Leofa? They're still in good health, safe within the caves? You have eased my worries, Baradbeam. I thank you for that. There's no time to rest. We must defend the Hornburg.
The Hornburg must not fall. This is the last defense, my friend.
Get Megley back out.
For as long as we can.
How fares the battle down below, Baradbeam? There has been hard fighting up here, and Theoden King has bloodied his sword already. So far, we have turned aside all our foes, but I fear they will storm the lower levels and we will be surrounded. Do you have any good tidings for the king, or has all been lost? The night seems never ending, and that is a trait it shares with the forces of Isengard. This way. My king! Stand not so near the edge. I fear the arrows of the orcs might find you. Need not fuss over me, Hamma. Get all of them still down there. I do not fear death. My sword rests no longer in idleness. I'm prepared to fight and die for my land and my people. I should have been so earlier, but for the honeyed words of Saruman poured into my ear by his servant Grima. But no longer. My place is here, in defense of my people until the very end. It will not be much longer. I do not think we will see another sunrise, Baradbeam. The orcs have almost overrun the walls. Then it is over. It is not so, not yet. Baradbeam. If the Hornburg falls, there will be none left to safeguard the kingdom of Rohan. We must defend the fortress for as long as we can. There's no other choice left to us, Baradbeam. It falls to us to save Rohan. Follow me. All of them gone. This is not the last of them, Baradbeam. For Rohan! Now this is the king's bow. Troll. Your death is upon you, beast. Know that it was Theoden, son of Thengel, who dealt the killing blow. What is that? Black powder, Baradbeam, quench the fuse. Wow. That was quickly done, Baradbeam. You may have purchased us a reprieve and saved the fortress from another of Saruman's sorcerous devices. We are safe for now. Safe? You speak of safety when 10,000 orcs clamor outside these walls. We slew those orcs, so too we will slay the next. This troll met his end at your hand, Theoden King. Aye, Hamma. But how many more will need ending before I reach my own? We should get out of the open, Theoden. This way, Baradbeam. I will not cower within these walls until the end, Aragorn. That is not the death of a king of Rohan. There are not many choices left to you, Theoden. Not many, no, but this choice I do have. Aerlingus! Riders, make ready! We will ride forth and bring glorious battle to the orcs. Theoden, it will take time for your men to prepare. I will give you the time you need, my king. I will stand guard by your door one last time. Hammer. No foe shall pass, my king. Go, my door ward. Mount your steed, Baradbeam. Okay. You ride with us. Would have me go to my death? We will ride from the Hornburg and bring death to the orcs. Riders to me. Let none fear to ride with us, for the bards will sing of our deeds long after we are gone. This is the hour of Rohan. Sucks as there's a cutscene. What the heck? How to get back here? Glawen is gone, but Thurkatel excitedly takes the banner from you.
Do you hear that sound? It is the sound of celebration. The battle is won.
What happened? Did I miss a cutscene? Wait. What happened? We won? We were riding into like 10,000 orcs and now we won. Oh, yeah, this one. I cannot believe our good fortune, Baradbeam. Dawn has come, and with it the renewal of our hopes. Go out the front gate of the fortress and see for yourself. Really though, like what happened? I don't know. This is better than this one. How does one get out? Oh, look at all the dead lined up there. Yeah, we rode down here. Where'd all the orcs go? That's kind of weird. Not gonna lie, that was a little weird. Hello, Theoden and Aragorn. You found Aragorn and Theoden astride their steeds on the field of victory.
Fortune was with us this day.
If you didn't know, like, what happened at dawn, like you weren't familiar with the Lord of the Rings story, you would be so confused right now, because I'm kind of confused right now. So, oh well. Fortune was with us, Baradbeam. I came out upon the wall to see the dawn, and the orcs mocked me. They did not know their doom was at hand. They jeered me and threw stones, but I despaired not. Theoden spoke of one last ride through the gates, and I saw the glory in it, but I dared not hope for victory, and yet, the sight of the king riding forth gave to his people the fire they needed. Did you hear the horn blast as the king rode forth? I did not know what man blew the horn of Helm Hammerhand, but it filled our foes with terror, especially the wild men of Dunland. They thought Helm had came again among the living. Who is he to say he did not?
The orcs fled before us into the wood, but from whence came this sorcerous forest?
We have seen victory this day, Baradbeam. The Aerlingus rode forth from the gates, driving orcs and wild men before them. I have never been so proud of my people as when they charged beside me into the mass of our foes. Many brave warriors perished this night, but the glory that is theirs can never be taken away. Rohan lives still because of their courage. The orcs fled before us, but they knew not what to make of the forest that lies now at Helm's Dyke. Gandalf may know, for it seems a thing of sorcery. I know only that the wood is no friend to the orcs, for none that passed that way have emerged. Talk to Gandalf? Hello, Gandalf.
Do you see the forest over yonder? That is no doing of mine.
I'm glad to see you survived the night, my fortunate friend. Theoden, too, has had a turn of fortune, though he may not realize its true extent. You see the forest away yonder? That is no doing of mine. Those trees were brought here by the power of much older than my own, and much greater in its own way. Theoden calls it sorcery, but name it not that. Name it rather a power that bodes ill for orcs and all others who harm the natural order of things. Saruman should fear this power. I believe he has already come to know his mistake. But we will learn the truth of this later. For now, celebrate the ally that arrives in time and the courage of friends. The day brings with it the dawnings of hope for Rohan. Talk to Éomer. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Pile of orcs. Whoop. Past him.
Even the memory of Helm Hammerhand fills these Dunlendings with fear.
Most of the Dunlending warriors cast down their weapons when the horn of Helm Hammerhand rang through the deep, Baradbeam. Even his memory is enough to fill them with fear. I have some difficulty convincing these warriors that their lives will be spared. I think Saruman painted for them a picture of my people rather different than the reality. Hello? I'm lagging. I can't move or anything. There we go. Okay. Saruman told many lies to drive the men of Dunling against us. Wow, the lag is bad today.
The horsemen burn their captives alive. Saruman saw it with his sorceries.
Dunlending warrior stares at you with fear in his eyes. I know what the horsemen do to their captives, and I will not let that happen to my men. The strawhead says they will be spared, but how can I trust this man, who weighs the value of a horse above that of his own children? The horsemen burn their captives alive and feed upon the dead. Saruman saw it with his sorceries. You assure the Dunlending warrior that this is simply one more lie of Saruman's, and that Éomer is a man of honor. The warrior's fear abates slightly, but will take some more time before he is at ease. In time, the lies of Saruman will be proven to be falsehoods. You leave Éomer to his charges. Talk to Legolas and Gimli. Did Senric make it out alive? I'd like to know that.
You stand before a victorious dwarf, friend.
Gimli laughs heartily. You were quite the help within the cave, my friend, and I thank you for the aid. The fighting was thick and the outcome was not certain, but we triumphed. Now the light of day banishes the fears of the night. I am glad we are here to see it.
Dawn brings with it an end to our struggle, for now. Joyful sunrise.
Gimli has won our little competition, for his tally exceeds mine by 1. I begrudge him not the contest, for I was very worried when the fighting drove him back to the caves and none seemed to know his fate. But he tells me you were a staunch ally, Baradbeam, and I thank you for it. Doubtless you softened some of his foes as well, and helped him win our competition. I forgive you for it, my friend. It was said only in jest, for the light of this morning seems more ripe for jesting than any we have seen of late. Talk to Gandalf again.
The battle is over, and Theoden has emerged into the sunlight and victory.
The orcs have been defeated, if not by blade, then by powers older than the kingdom of Eorl. The warriors of Dunland have fallen or fled, and those that remain have thrown down their weapons. The battle for Helm's Deep is over, and Theoden has emerged into the sunlight and victory. We will soon need to travel to Isengard, there to see what will become of Saruman now that his army is defeated and his treacherous goals laid low. But for now, there is the work of recovery to be done. We will nurse our wounds, tend to our fallen, and see what must be done in the deep and in the ravaged fields of Rohan. I will call for you when the time has come to set our sights upon Isengard and Saruman.
Now we must look to the future.
The battle is won, my friend, and now we must look to the future. The design of Saruman has been ruined, not by any spell or magic, but by the stout hearts of the Rohirrim and the swift speed of Shadowfax. Gandalf notices your study of the curious trees beyond the dike. Ah, that forest is no magic of mine, Baradbeam. A power much older than my own drives it to be here, and I could not have hoped for a more timely arrival than this. He hands you a number of healing poultices. Before we can proceed, we must attend to the hurts of those injured during the battle. These poultices will bring them some measure of relief. Speak with the king to see if he has need of such treatment, and then do what you can for the wounded. Alright.
We have seen victory this day, but our work is not ended.
We've earned a brief respite only and must take steps to ensure the safety of the mark without much pause. King sees the bundle of poultices in your hands and shakes his head. I am fine, Baradbeam. I have suffered bruises only, and the strength of my fathers has kept me from sustaining grievous injury. Many of my men will have need of that healing. Bring those packets to them and see to their hurts. Look too for men with swift horses and command them to ride for all corners of the mark with news of what happened at the Hornburg. I want every vale in the Rittermark to have tidings of our victory and to send their strongest fighters to aid us by the second day of the full moon. After you have exhausted the poultices and the riders have set forth, find Erkenbrand and give him my thanks for his timely arrival. Without his men, the sun might have risen on a different day for Rohan. You okay, my dude? Get these people. Will not take a poultice. Horse was slain. Aww. Okay. Need one more of each. Horse is not swift enough. Dude, if you have a horse, here's how swift it is. Get my horse. Alright, I need one more injured guy. Someone take this poultice. There. Erkenbrand.
We have wrested victory from the very claw of Saruman.
This is a proud day for the riders of the Mark, Baradbeam. We have wrested victory from the very claw of Saruman, even as he thought his triumph assured. The House of Eorl is stronger than we supposed, despite thrice-cursed Wyrngerd and the whispers of frailty that have been uttered throughout the Mark. Theoden King has fight in him still, as does his sister son, Eomer. Erkenbrand strikes his shield with the side of his sword and cries, "Victory for Aerlingus!" A cry that is answered from others of the Rohirrim throughout the field. After a moment, he turns again to you with a smile. We have put the Dunlendings to work, Baradbeam, hauling away the bodies of the orcs and cleaning the field of battle. Any who take a solemn vow not to cross the fords in war ever again will have the forgiveness of our king.
It will be a few hours before we ride for the Ring of Isengard and its evil master.
Gandalf has decided to ride to Isengard to confront Saruman, and my uncle is determined we should ride with him. Some others will go as well, but first we have need of rest. It will be a few hours before we ride for the Ring of Isengard and its evil master, and all of us toiled greatly during the night. Find Daerwin inside the Hornburg. He has begun to arrange bedrolls for those seeking to rest for the journey. Alright, let's go find this guy. New mail. Gandalf. Battle of the Hornburg is over, my friend. Come find me after the sunrise on the field of victory at Helm's Deep, Fortress of the Hornburg. Interact with the banner, and you will be taken to the correct time of day, at which point we can speak. It would have been nice to know that, Epic Book 13. 14 forward. Helm's Deep. Oh, we only got one more. What happens after that? We get more book quests? We haven't even been to Gondor yet. Hello, Gladden.
I will tell you the tale of Hama's heroic stand, if you will hear it.
The Door Ward? Oh. I don't want to do that one. Did Hama die? Did. I think we go with this. No! Let me out! Go this way. Here. There, one.
We spoke yesterday. Do you remember?
We spoke yesterday around sunset. Do you remember? Feels like a lifetime ago, Baradbeam.
Speak to me if you are ready, and I will prepare a place for you.
The king and some others of his guard plan to ride for Isengard, but first they will take some hours of rest. You should do so as well, Baradbeam. Speak to me if you are ready, and I will prepare a place for you.
I will show you to a quiet corner of the keep where you can rest.
Alright, I want to go to sleep.
After a short rest,
Oh,
the
now
company
we're
sets
riding?
out for Isengard
Oh, look at
and
Shadowfax.
finds the road greatly changed.
Talk to Aragorn on the road through the mysterious wood. That tree moved. Let me get on my horse so they don't leave me behind. I hope you found rest before we set out, Baradbeam. I tried to do so, but I could not quiet my roving mind, and I am still greatly fatigued. What will we find in Isengard? Aragorn looks from side to side at the towering trunks of the forest. These trees were not here when we arrived at Helm's Deep yesterday. I think we both know what brought them here, to the foot of the dike. That makes it no less frightening a sight, does it? You sense it, Baradbeam? Presence watches us from among the trees. I do not think the trees will bear us any ill will, Aragorn. Humor. Theoden, Aragorn. Not stray from the path at any rate. You not worry about that, Gandalf. Legolas, why are we stopping? Baradbeam, wait. Do you hear that? You hear a great sound of creaking timbers and rustling branches. It comes this way. Legolas, what are you doing? Come back. Look, I'm on the trees. The Ents. What are those creatures? They are Ents, Theoden King, shepherds of the forest. Have you forgotten the tales of your youth? I never believed I would see such things, Baradbeam. Ents. I am filled with wonder at the sight. Wonder of a kind I thought was the sole reserve of children. I am an old man, a white beard of many winters, and still I have seen things this day I would not have believed yesterday. They tower above mortal men, and cover such a span with such stride. What damage they could do to the homes of my people if that was their thought, but I do not believe that is their desire. Now I understand the meaning of this forest, Gandalf. I give nary a thought to the Ents, not since I was a boy. Why would they help us now? You have more allies than you supposed, Theoden King. Even among those you deemed no more than legend. The Ents are herdsmen, not warriors. The people of Rohan need not fear them as long as they cause no harm to their flock. There is one in this land that would have done well to heed the Ents before now. If he had heeded them, the battle that is lately ended might have come to a different conclusion. It is good for Rohan and for all free folk that he did not take them into account. Let us proceed, Baradbeam. There are still many miles to go before we reach Isengard. The fords of Isen are a sad reminder of the good folk who fell in defense of Rohan. Many good men fell at the fords, but their kingdom still stands. We are almost to Isengard and will bring report of their valiant sacrifice to the wizard who forced its need. Let us rejoin our companions, Baradbeam. Do not want to deal with Saruman before we arrive, do you, Baradbeam? You hear that? Horseman approaches from behind us and at great speed. I hear the sound of swift hoofbeats approaching from behind us. Let us confront this rider before he overtakes us and offers some harm to the king. Ride with me, Baradbeam. We will learn if he be friend or foe. Hooded rider? Who rides to Rohan? Rohan, you say? That is the land we seek, and with haste. Grey Company? Rohan is ruled by Theoden King, and none enter that land without his leave. What is the meaning of your haste? I am Halberid. Oh, hey, Halberid. Dunedain of the North. We seek Aragorn, son of Arathorn. You have found him. Aragorn. It is good to see you again, Baradbeam. I knew in my heart we would see you once more, but I did not think to find you in the company of my chieftain Aragorn. Much has happened since we parted, and little of it good, but we will need to speak of our respective deeds when there is time to breathe. We have found Aragorn between perils, it seems. He had your help for the first, and he has all of us for the second. May it be enough. Halberid? Hello, friends! All my Grey Company friends! Hey, Coronier. This is truly an unexpected encounter, Baradbeam. I am glad to see you are well, and in the company of Aragorn, no less. Our errand has not ended, though its first goal be now accomplished. Now we must lend what aid we can to Aragorn. Is it true you take the road to Isengard? Whatever your objective Aragorn has with Saruman, we must add this one as well. The rescue of Lothrandir, my kinsman, is... if he yet lives. I forgot about Lothrandir in there. Alanglad? It was not a long goodbye after all, Baradbeam. Though the intervening days have been eventful, I think Halberd keenly felt the burden of his duty after you left us, for he was not sure how best to proceed. It seems he chose aright, for we have found Aragorn as the words of Galadriel bade us. Sons of Elrond bear messages for him from their father, and Halberd carries the gift of Arwen. I trust that our Aragorn will know what to do with each of these gifts. It seems you found Aragorn before we did, Baradbeam. Perhaps we should have gone with you. Ratted. He doesn't say much, does he? We are well met once again, Baradbeam, but in hardship. I sought the treacherous leader of the Falcon clan, but he gave me the slip and escaped into the mountains. He lives still the life of a coward. You tell Goladir that Lou Brennan's flight brought him into your path and he has been slain. You tell me true, and he has paid for his crimes. He abandoned some of his own people when he fled, and we left them in a place of peace where they should be safe. I worried that their former chieftain might seek them out and visit upon them further harm, but even Saruman's magic cannot help Lou Brennan now. I'm satisfied, Baradbeam. Thank you, on behalf of my fallen kinsmen, and also for those of his own people he betrayed. Halberd has given me much to think about, Baradbeam. We have more reasons to converse with Saruman than I believed. I feel confident that we can accomplish anything, Baradbeam, now that my kinsmen are here. Can it be the tides turn in our favor this day? Talk to Halberd.
I believed we would see each other again, but I did not know it would be so soon.
Sending you from us was not an easy decision, but I knew Theodred had need of your aid. What sadness that he could not be saved from that fate, but perhaps that too contributed to the resolve of the Aerlingus. The Grey Company has done what it set out to do. We have ridden to our chieftain in Rohan, and it seems we have come in time after all. Some of our number were lost on the way, but those of us that remain will do anything in our power to ensure that Aragorn can fulfill his destiny. I'm glad to see you again, Baradbeam. Me too.
I have much to think about and little time in which
This
to
is
do
an
so.
unexpected joy, my friend. Had I known they were journeying to find me. Aragorn looks at you wryly. When you spoke to me of the Dunedain, I did not suspect you had traveled with them in recent days, Baradbeam. I do not think I would have changed my course had I known, but perhaps that is the power of hindsight. Perhaps it is the wisdom of Elrond behind your silence, my friend. He is never quick to volunteer information, which makes the word of his sons even more curious. I have much to think about, and little time in which to do so.
I am most curious to see what we will find in Isengard.
I spoke brief... Actually, I'm going to... end here. We'll talk to Aragorn, but we'll head on to Isengard, but we'll do that in the next episode. So for now, let me just stand between two great Dunedains right here. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. I want to thank you so much for all of your support on this series. If you do want to see more of the Lord of the Rings online Let's Play, make sure to leave a like or subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Alright, bye-bye everyone.